So to bring that all together, it may not be you actually not seeing any gym progress. It could be something more clinically based and something that's pertaining to your mental health more than you actually realize. So give yourself some grace with that. What's good, YouTube? It's Tyron again with another video. In today's video, I'm going to tell you guys why you think you don't see any progress in the gym. The first of these reasons why you think you're not seeing any progress in the gym could be attributed to body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia is a mental health condition where you're hyper-focused on your flaws in your outer appearance. It affects both men and women, but it's most common in teens and young adults. And as bad as it may seem, it kind of makes sense for that to be the case because in that age range, we're often hyper-focused on others' opinions on us, whether it be outer appearance or the way we live our lives or the way we talk, just whatever that we have going on within ourselves and outside of ourselves. We hyper-focus on other people's opinions of us way more than we should. It's like we hyper-focus on our flaws and we try to hide them from the world, but ironically enough, the things that we care about the most about our outer appearance, other people rarely notice about us at all. So it's like we are waging a war within ourselves, trying to hide something from somebody else. So in truth, we're just fighting a battle against ourselves and we don't even know it. As body dysmorphia pertains to the gym, there's a niche down form that mainly affects gym goers, and that term is called muscle dysmorphia. Muscle dysmorphia is defined as being preoccupied with how small your muscles and your physique looks in comparison to other people's. And going back to what I said earlier about body dysmorphia affecting both men and women, men seem to be the main ones who are affected by muscle dysmorphia, with symptoms showing up in men between their teenage years and early adulthood. The exact number of men who suffer from body dysmorphia and muscle dysmorphia aren't known because I feel, in my opinion, there isn't a lot of awareness on the subject. But there are some studies that show that anywhere between 1.7% and 2.4% of men tested and surveyed meet criteria for body dysmorphia, and 22% of that number of men also exhibit symptoms of muscle dysmorphia as well. So to bring that all together, it may not be you actually not seeing any gym progress. It could be something more clinically based and something that's pertaining to your mental health more than you actually realize. So give yourself some grace with that. The second reason that you think you may not be seeing any gym progress is because you're unnecessarily comparing yourself to other people. There was a quote from Teddy Roosevelt, one of the presidents of the United States, that I didn't even know that was his quote until I did research for this particular video. But he said that comparison is the thief of all joy. The meaning of that quote is basically if we constantly compare ourselves to other people, we're gonna be left with feelings of being inferior and less than compared to those people. And that's not good for anybody's emotional well-being. And I'm not perfect when it comes to this either, but I know that when I do, I am often left with this feeling of like, dang, I need to pick up my stuff. I need to get on my stuff. Like, what's happening here? Like, they over here doing this, why can't I? And it's not as cut and dry as that. And being a beginner in the gym, it's almost impossible to not compare yourself or not to want to compare yourself to other people, especially when you see these big behemoths like I'm always talking about, lifting all this weight and lifting it easily. And the number one thing that's gonna go through your mind when you see that is, dang, when am I gonna be able to do this? Or dang, why can't I do this already? Like, I feel behind the 8 ball. Like, I need to get on my stuff. It's already too late. No, cut all that out. When you go to the gym, the only person that you should be comparing yourself to is the old version of you. Just by simply stepping foot in the gym, you're already leaps and bounds stronger than your old self, so you should be patting yourself on the back for that. And when you're actually exercising and starting to get into the rhythm of the gym, the only thing that you should be worried about, the most important thing you should be worried about, is celebrating your own victories and celebrating your own W's. Because not too long ago, you weren't able to even perform these feats of strength that you're now able to do effortlessly. So you should be glad and you should be hungry and you should be ready to see what comes next from that. And to encapsulate all that, you should be focused on yourself and your own gym journey. All of the long gym days that you've put yourself through and all of the lifestyle changes that you've made proves just how strong that you actually are. And when you hit your initial goals in the gym as a result of you blocking out outside comparisons, that's when you basically crack the code. Okay, so I was able to do this by focusing on myself and celebrate my own victories. What else can I do? And that's when the gym becomes addictive, and that's when you start to find that love and that hunger to want to come back and wanting to attack future goals for yourself. All in all, you're comparing your new self to your old self, and that's the only comparison that should be taking place. The third reason that you may not be seeing any progress in the gym is because you lack consistency. There's a saying that I coined in my beginner's guide to the gym video. I'll leave a link for that in the description in one of these top corners. The saying is, consistency will carry you where motivation leaves you. Another word for consistency could be discipline, so you can use those interchangeably. It depends on what you prefer, but basically it's gonna get you to the same spot. Consistency will be your guiding force when it comes to your fitness journey. Since it's the new year, I know everybody's on their new year, new me type time, and I get all that and I respect it, but at the same time, motivation can only carry you so long and so far before it gives out, and then what are you left with? And that's when consistency and discipline comes into play. While I was doing research for this video, I came across a study that said anywhere between 18 days and 254 days it takes a person normally to form a habit, with 66 days being like the average for most people. And me personally, I know that it didn't take me anywhere near as long as 66 days or anything beyond that for me to form the habit of going to the gym every day. The important thing is that you perform the activity that you want to form a habit out of at least daily in some form to establish that consistency. In this particular case, it's the gym, and just performing a 30-minute session to an hour session of workouts each day or every other day, whatever time you can muster. The compound effects of that over time is way more powerful than you actually think. Of course, it won't happen overnight or anything like that, but over time, you will start to notice the significant changes in your physique, your mental health, and in the way that you move about your everyday life. Not being as consistent in the gym can lead to your muscles not developing as fast as you want as a result of you undertraining, and ironically, it can lead to overtraining as well. When you're overtraining, you're overcompensating for your lack of consistency and your lack of time spent in the gym, and that's when injuries start to come into play. Just remember this saying: if you miss a day, it's okay. If you miss a day, it's okay. Just move on to the next workout that you have planned for the week, and if you have time later on in that week, or if you don't get another chance to work on that specific muscle group that particular week, just wait into the next week and hit it like you're supposed to. If you're scared about losing any major progress in the gym just because you missed a day in the gym week, I can assure you that that will not happen, and it will take a lot of missed days in the gym for you to start seeing the lack of progress, so you can rest assured in that. But those are the 3 reasons why you may not be seeing any progress in the gym. Some are more serious than others, but just take heed to all 3 of them. If you guys like the video, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, comment down below. Let me know what I can do for future videos. Turn on the post notifications so you can be notified whenever I post future content. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.